Hello everybody, this is White Wolf, and we're going to be talking about connecting with our energy. What does it really mean to really be connected, to be connected with our guides, to being comfortable, talking about light language, talking about extraterrestrials, talking about our ancient extraterrestrial bloodlines, and also that we're channeling from a higher dimension so that we're accumulating spiritual mass, but we're also allowing ourselves to be more comfortable within our divine skin, and also the very fact that we're connecting into the facets of the universe and we're connecting into violet flame energy, and understanding that we are going through many different upgrades and channeling in different ways to manifest, different ways to generate energy, different ways to become the ascended master within, and also that it's not a red flag when you're connecting to your energy, connecting with your higher self, connecting with your guides, because you're remembering more and more of who you are and what you're destined to be, and following the keys to your destiny, following the breadcrumb trail of excitement. And then once you do that, once you're connecting to your energy, you're allowing yourself to tap into a higher dimension, but you're also just accessing higher frequencies, but you're also just taking little bits and pieces from all of your guides and your higher self and your ancient extraterrestrial bloodlines, and also from your past lifetimes as well. So what you're realizing by connecting to your energy, what you're doing is that you're connecting to the ascended master within. You're connecting to your higher self. You're connecting in with a higher density of consciousness, but you're also aligning the mind, body, spirit complex. And Metatron's cube is a formulation of connecting into higher dimensions, sacred geometry, also generating from a masculine standpoint. So when we allow ourselves to shift into the vibration and we don't waver from it, and we have that aligned actions, but we also have the right questions to go about it. So when you have the right questions to go about it, you allow yourself to always connect into your realm. You connect into your energy centers. You allow yourself to be grounded, but you also allow yourself to remember who you are. So just know what you're experiencing and the angels that you're seeing and everything that is happening to you, your prophetic visions, also giving prophetic words to people, also allowing people to be healed and understanding healing your own unworthiness is allowing you to connect to your energy once again, to connect to the energy of abundance. So that was my opening for this live. Thank you guys for coming to this live. Also, you can book private sessions with me as well for $70 for 1 hour. So you can really understand the very fact that by connecting to your energy, it means that you're connecting to your prophecy, you're connecting to the universe, and you're allowing yourself to gain back your power, and you're learning about your psychic abilities. And some of you are so advanced that you're able to see into different worlds, see into different realms, even place yourself there. So we're trying to practice simultaneity. We're trying to embrace the non-physical, but we're also using that non-physical essence to align our physicality and to change our personality and to have a right vibrational attitude to where we're always connecting to our energy. So by connecting to your energy, a lot of people are not going to understand it. So when you go on the path, you have to be in your field and you have to remain in that field, and you can't step outside the lines. So you have to remain intact and dedicated within your field of energy, and you have to speak to the promises of your own heart, and you have to align your mind and your heart so that it can come into balance with that yin and yang symbol, with that infinity signature. So every time that you're connecting to your energy, you're connecting back to being plugged in. You're plugging yourself back in. You're allowing yourself to be rejuvenated, redeemed, and you're allowing yourself to give that sense of forgiveness, but you're also allowing yourself to activate different ways of channeling your energy, of honing your gifts, of honing your energy, of channeling properly and using your energy for the highest benefit, and also not allowing any other energy to penetrate your awareness. So encourage yourself to stay grounded, to stay steady, and to also stay relevant and consistent, because we're here to live in the present. We're here to live for now. We're here to live in the eternal present. And if we allow ourselves to do that, we don't allow ourselves to waver from the past. We don't allow ourselves to waver from the present either, but we accept it. We accept our past and we accept our future, and we have non-biased acceptance towards the present and the person that we are right now. So learning about your psychic abilities is really just exploring your psychic abilities. This is what I call self-exploration. So when you do this and you explore more and you learn more and you read about stuff and you research it and you start meditating more, it starts becoming more profound, because it's not about thinking about it, and it's not even about just intending it, but you just allow the power to be generated, and then it turns into this flow of energy. It turns into this essence where you're starting from 0-point creation, and then you're allowing the light of awareness, the appearances of all things, the illusion to be generated. So you allow yourself every day that you're starting from scratch, and you're starting with before creation. And then as everything is being appeared and you're projecting properly, and you're also allowing yourself to be sensitive, to be vulnerable, but to really undergo and receive. So when we have downloads for like 2 or 3 hours, and we're having a lot of our guides and angels and prophets, we're also here to connect with prophets that have been in the Bible, that have been in philosophies and different things like that. So we're here to connect with our extraterrestrials, the Arcturians, the Pleiadians, the Andromedans, and we're also connecting in with our ancient extraterrestrial bloodlines as well. And we're connecting with our higher self because we're remembering what it feels like to be God again, to be whole again, to be that source of creation that is in its own individuality. And it changes your perspective and allows you to see that there's a great reward when you follow the higher self's guidance, and that you realize that it's not just about what is physically here, what is in our perception, what we just see, but it's actually looking inside of ourselves and connecting to our energy, so that we look within here and we're not looking out there. Now, everything that is outside of us can be beautiful as what's inside of us, because what's inside of me is inside of you too, and I am because you are, and you are because I am. So when we say that, what we're really doing is that we're sending a smoke signal in a sense. We're signaling, and we're allowing the wires to be crossed, but we're not allowing them to be tangled up. So we're getting rid of the entanglement of distortion, confusion, and worrying and stress, and feeling like we don't have control without being controlling. Because a lot of people can be controlling. A lot of people can try to dictate their life, try to control other people, try to manipulate people, deceive people, and all of those things. But it never generates a constant flow of energy. It doesn't allow it to have a steady pace. There's not an evenness with it, because it feels very rigid, it feels very tough, it feels very discombobulated in a sense. So you are the universe. You are bliss. You are ecstasy. You are infinity. You are a creation. So if we are a creation and a manifestation of life itself, then we are an illusion. We are not what we think that we are. Our thoughts are not even what we think them to be, what we assume them to be, what we assume our name is. We make assumptions, but not in a way to where we follow the law of assumption, like that it's already done for us, that's already made manifested. that it is here in the now, and I have experienced it before I had the experience of that said experience. So there's a way to create by just connecting to your energy once again. Thank you for sharing this live, and also thank you for liking. Book private sessions with me anytime. Go to YouTube channel White Wolf the Oracle, Instagram whitewolf4741, and also BitChute whitewolftheoracle23_@. I didn't want to wear a hat tonight, but it was really, really cold out here. So, but I do love wearing hats, and I had a person say oh, I was the hat man. So yeah, I am a hat man, believe it or not. But it's really just recognizing and being more cognizant and being aware and listening, because sometimes it's very subtle the way that spirit wants to interact. Sometimes it's not just like, hey, go do this. It's more like, hey, go do this. It's like a whisper. And then you hear that and it's like, I don't know if I want to do that. I don't know if I have the gumption. I don't know if I have the confidence. I don't know if I have that empowerment within me. And then they tell you again to do it. And then it's like, okay, this is a for sure thing that I need to do. But you also have discernment. I'm not saying that everything the Spirit tells you to do, that you have to necessarily do it, but you have to be ready to do it. You have to be at that heightened awareness in order for you to do it and to follow through on it. Because you're not going to follow through on it if you don't necessarily want to do it. So Spirit lays stuff out for us as tools, wisdom, discernment, and learning. They lay stuff out there, and sometimes they use it as a test to see what we're going to do. So they kind of lay it out there, they kind of put it out there. It doesn't mean you have to do it, but it's left up to you because they're giving you free will. And they're also leaving it up to choice. And Spirit's allowing you to perceive for yourself, to see for yourself, also to think for yourself and to act for yourself. But most human beings don't allow you to do that. Your mother, your family, they don't do that with you like the way that God Source Energy does with us. So they leave it out for choice. They leave it out there and see what we're going to do with it, if we take it or not. But at the end of the day, we're not held accountable for that when there's no judgment or there's no, hatred towards it or negativity towards it. But it's like, okay, I can lay this out for you, and then maybe it will lead to something else, because there's always a shifting in paths. You can take this path or you can go this way. You can stay here or you can go over there. So it allows you to see you can go many different directions with it, and neither of them are right, wrong, agree to disagree, this or that. So it's just like Spirit kind of leaves stuff out on the table, and it's like a buffet. Okay, I don't necessarily want the sweet and sour chicken. I might want the spaghetti that is waiting for me there. It's just a simple analogy to know that they lay out a buffet for us. They lay stuff out because they want to see what we're going to do with it. So, and also, as I said, accessing higher frequencies. What we're doing is that we're tapping into different dimensions. And it's giving us more depths, but it's also allowing us to collapse timelines, but it's also allowing us to install dimensional ley lines, so that we're building a new foundation upon who we are, and the foundation that's within ourselves, and also the molding and the structure. And I know this person's being funny. And it's just allowing you to be on track, to stay in flow, to keep yourself in check. So it's like, okay, sometimes it's like admitting something that you do. It's like, why do I think about those things? Or why do I react in the way that I do? Or when someone's losing control, do I have to lose control? So it's like our angels and God's Source Energy and those higher dimensions and those extraterrestrials, they don't have the emotional struggle that we do, or the thinking problem that we do, or not being able to generate a resolution in the way that we do as humans. So a lot of the times we always have this struggle and we always have this combativeness within ourselves that is not willing to tap into those higher energies and frequencies and dimensions and realms and universes, and also the aspects and the archetypes of our archangels and our guides, but also the monad, the I am presence. So you allow yourself to see that there is nothing that cannot be attained or generated or tapped into. So you just have to feel unstoppable. You have to feel unmoved, unfazed, as if you're an immovable object. But you're not an object. But you have to feel solid as a rock. So it's embracing this non-physical essence. So when you embrace this non-physical essence, that means you're letting go of attachments. You're letting go of your emotions. You're letting go of being negative instead of positive. And I'm not saying that you're a robot or anything like that, but it's more of a godlike presence. It's a higher density of consciousness. It's as if you are in a completely different state of mind, of body, and spirit, because you've allowed the higher self to use this vessel as a source of energy to connect into the energy of your prophecy and your destiny and your manifestation that you want here and now. Because the higher self always offers healing, wisdom, integration. So it allows you to always see that there is more than meets the eye. There's always, in the age of information, in the age of connectivity, in the age of seeing that we are a one singular truth, that we are a one singular essence of God's source energy, then you realize that someone else might have another truth, and they might not have another way, and they might not accept your way. But we're all part of this growing ascension of consciousness, whether we like it or not. So we're all part of this, so we all play a role within this. And it's just connecting to your energy and using that energy to bring about peace, to bring about unconditional love, and giving compassion, and to wanting to heal yourself to the point where you give yourself to enlightenment every day. And it allows you to empower yourself to look deeper within yourself, to sacrifice your arrogance, to sacrifice your lies, to sacrifice your distortions, and also your negativity and the things that hold us back, the things that bring us lack and limitation. So it will cost you everything, but it was costing you all the things that were not bringing you abundance at the end of the day, that were not bringing you joy, that were not bringing you back to the light and back to the surface. So a lot of the times a lot of people, when they're awakening, they have to really understand that your energy is your energy, and you have to go at this as if you are living once again. So like you're born again, like you have been resurrected and got away from the night of the living dead. And that's what it means to connect with your energy. And that's why extraterrestrial races, a lot of them don't even speak. They use telepathy. This ability gives them a heightened awareness before they interact with someone, because they already know where they're at, and they can be in 1,000 different places at once, and they know themselves fully. But they use that telepathy to not allow them to breathe lack, because they allow them to have their sensors on and they're connected into a radio frequency. So, and like the archangels, they deal a lot with power, and they don't really focus on what is in the mind or the body, but they deal within truth that surpasses all understanding. So the archangels get to the heart of the matter, and they make sure that you face everything that you're supposed to face on the spiritual journey. Archangel Michael is the angel of masculinity. He's the divine masculine, and he teaches about having power, having truth, and standing in it, and knowing that you're not alone, and that you have this fierce power within you to be a warrior. So all of our archangels, they activate and transform something within us, like our extraterrestrials, but in a different way. So, because most of them have been around us, rather we've known about it or not. Like, I know for a fact that there's been times in my life where the divine has protected me. I've been in 2 car wrecks in the same day, and I didn't have a scratch on me. So, and I wasn't even the one driving either. So, our archangels prevent things from happening. They are divine intervention, but they also conduct divine orchestration. And they are able to manipulate energy, but not in a deceptive way or a negative way, but they manipulate the energy so that they are able to deal out truth, but also doing it in a teaching manner, in a divine manner, but also in an honorable manner. So it's seeing that, like, the higher self, and this is important because the higher self is the ascended master that we're trying to come back to, that we're trying to get back into sync with who we once were, and the mastery that we've had in other lifetimes, and also the guides that we have. And also when we're meditating, because a lot of the times when I was starting out and I had a higher self, I could channel my higher self when I would go live, but the higher self was still above me. The higher self was still above me. Now, the higher self is usually outside of you, but when you're delivering, that's when you channel the higher self and it occupies your vessel like it is right now. But there is a way to be the higher self and become the higher self. So you allow yourself to see that each stage, each frequency, each density of consciousness that you tap into, there comes a lot of healing and integration and a fluctuation within energy so that you're ready for it. And then you channel, and then you start like saying things or conducting things that you don't necessarily have to think about. Like, I don't write anything down when I go live or when I do any of these. I don't write anything down. I get a title, I get like a sentence, and then I go on from the message from there. So that's when the higher self has taken root, and it's there, and it's present, and it's channeling this vessel, and it's taking yourself out of your present experience, as if you were taking like psychedelics in a sense. So you're taking yourself outside of your present experience, and you're finally connecting into energy. You're connecting into your energy. And you've already have seeked internally. So you've seeked so internally, and you've bled yourself out, and you have healed, and you have let go, and you have cured the dis-ease of distortion so that you can become the illusion of God. Because God is an illusion, because God's not a physical source of energy. God's not a big man or a big woman kind of waving their finger around. A lot of people think that's what it is, but it's really not. So God is a prophetic illusion. So we're here to manifest the illusion and the individuation of creation, and that source of energy that wants to know itself and become God and reciprocate itself, to where there is a transmutation and a transfiguration of energy. Kind of like the story in the Bible where they were on this cliff and there was disciples there. I believe it was John and some other people. I don't remember it quite. But when Jesus was in his dazzling white light, that's a lot what our higher self is like. So there was a transfiguration where before he died and rose above everybody. And that was what happens to us when we ascend. We're embodying more spiritual mass so that we're able to receive the light more and emulate the light more and become more of that divine blessing. So I know that was a lot. It took me a while to go live here. I was like, the message wasn't really like clicking like it usually does, but I think this live was supposed to be a little bit longer than my other ones because I wanted to talk about certain things and I wanted to make sure that I got my bases covered and helping you guys understand by connecting to your energy, you're connecting to the transfiguration of the I Am Presence, which is the higher self, and then you become a creator God. So, and then we're going to have a meditation that is going to help us install this within our hard drive. So, so if anybody wants to take part in this meditation, feel free to share out, feel free to donate, feel free to book private sessions as well for $70. And this is White Wolf. Thank you all for coming into this live feed, and we're going to be conducting a healing meditation. Focus on an object. You can dance around if you want to. You can lay on the floor if you want to. There are no rules here. There are no regulations of energy. So you can go wherever you want to go with this meditation. Okay. Everybody take a deep breath. Exhale. Take another deep breath. Exhale. Now you can say this with me or you can say it later. It is all the same. I am the higher self, and I give myself to the higher self to allow me to be a vessel of the I Am Presence, a vessel of love, a vessel of unconditional love and compassion, and a way to use wisdom that surpasses all understanding. So what you're doing when you say this, you're allowing yourself to become the higher self. And we have the ancient extraterrestrial bloodline coming in as well. A lot of these ETs were so powerful that they were able to generate worlds into existence. They were able to use their telepathy as a way of scanning energy, but also making things appear into awareness. Objects, codes, different strands of DNA. So we're connecting with these ancient extraterrestrials. And then there is a violet flame that is coming in. It is a 9th dimensional frequency. And we're going to have the lilac fire dragon help us out with that. There's also lilac rose petals that are falling down around your feet. So what's happening is that there's also Archangel Zadkiel's gold and violet flame dragons that's going to put this violet flame around us in a circle. This is psychic protection. This is really powerful psychic protection. And also you can put the 5-layered protection grid. You can put all the elementals there, earth, wind, fire, rain, snow, and protect yourself. And you have to take yourself outside of your present experience. You have to take yourself outside of what you think is real. What do you know as truth? What do you know as embodying who you are? Letting go of your emotions. And I'm not saying that you're not going to have emotions. I'm not saying be a robot. But you use your emotions and your thoughts and your intention in a proper way to where it's not carrying out a distortion, carrying out a biased reality, a false pretense of energy. Accept your past. Accept what you had to go through, that dark night of the soul that you had to go through to get to this point in the present. Because it's helping you manifest more and more about your future. Don't be afraid to do telekinesis. Don't be afraid to do light language. Don't be afraid of what you are, of what you're becoming and transforming. We've been shut out for so long. We've been suppressed for too long. We went through the veil of amnesia, and we chose to be here once again to experience suffering, childhood trauma, all of these experiences that we chose for ourselves, and to get out of the matrix and to start fresh and to become before creation. We are all prophets of this new generation of energy. Every single one of us are prophets. And we're here to represent the fallen prophets that did not make it to help people in a greater way. Joan of Arc, Jesus, Notre Dame, a lot of prophets that have died for all of us. They helped us become who we are. They allowed this platform to be present so that we could be free and have the willingness to be amazing. So that we could become the higher self. That we're not breathing this lack. That we're not breathing not being abundant. That we know how to use the emotional guidance system. Know what you are experiencing is real. Your angels, your guides, everybody is being healed because of the path that is laid for them. When the doors of heaven are laid at your feet, that means that you can live in the safety and the comfort of being fearless. That you can literally shatter timelines. That you can be in the relationships that you want to be in. That you don't have to be defined by circumstance. You don't have to be defined by your physical body anymore. Or even trendy spiritual things that we've adopted. But you're following resonance. You're following the key of resonance. If it doesn't resonate with you, if it doesn't flow with you, if it's not what you want out of life, then that's not what you want. But you're finally listening to your wants, listening to your desires. And you're finally listening and receiving and then becoming. And that's what's beautiful. But connect into your energy. Know it for the first time. Know it for eternity. And know that you're the Shekinah glory of the manifestation of God, which is the Oracle of Love, Light, and Wisdom. And God's source energy favors the bold. Favors the brave ones. And the ones who are willing to step out of the crowd and to allow your light to shine. And so it is. So, thank you guys so much for being a part of this live, and also for the meditation. So if you would like to book a private session, you can book a private session as well for $70 for 1 hour. So I love you guys. Thank you guys so much for staying tuned for this meditation. Also, even the people who have not left really good comments, thank you for being a part of it as well. Also, feel free to share out. Feel free to book a private session. Also, you can find me on YouTube, White Wolf the Oracle, Instagram, whitewolf4741, and BitChute, whitewolftheoracle23_@. Thank you guys so much. You guys are the reason why I get on here most nights and most days. I appreciate all of you that have watched and all of your likes and your shares. So thank you so much. God bless and namaste.